Welcome back from the halfway break. Obviously, I had power cuts for the first half, so there's no unfortunate recording for that. As you guys have returned to Sloobludop, seen a great following of the Kuatoa, still worshipping the Deep Father, Limu Gugun, or as you better know him now, the Demogorgon, who has waded off into the Dark Lake, away from Sloobludop, and you have taken the opportunity to send one of your own in, invisible, looting and ransacking as he goes. Well, not so much ransacking, more just looting, power looting, as he comes back with oil, food, equipment, and enough to hopefully sustain you on your trip to Gracklstugh, the durogar city, which lies on the other side of the Dark Lake, and which is effectively the closest, next biggest town. You guys have assembled. You reclined here in the rope trick extra dimensional space, and you are now piling everything onto the rafts, which you've gathered another one, so you're up to two now, which should make the trip more than comfortable in terms of space. I think that's about it. So, I mean, you guys ready to push off, right?
Yeah, we go pick up. Forget.
The rest of the team, the peasants.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dwarf. I forgot her name.
Eldith.
Eldith. Yeah.
Don't make our DM cry. Refer to them by their names if you can.
No, don't stress.
Man, you're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong person for that. I have the worst memory for names.
No, it's all good, man.
Are we drinking
doubled
now?
that.
I'll go get a beer real quick. Go continue.
No worries. Well, yeah, I mean, you spend the hour and a bit inventorying all your stuff. I imagine Krenko's pretty happy to get the hammer, the pliers, and there's some iron spikes. I don't know if you took those. You've got, I mean, you can look up in chat. There's a whole bunch of stuff added in there. If anyone wants to grab some of it, eventually it's gonna have to be put into the party loot, whatever's left. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so I think the food we can just write all of it down as food.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to stay separating each one differently.
No.
Then the nets. I don't know if anyone wants to have a net on them. Otherwise, we can sell them. The hooded lantern, I was thinking it would be useful for Hicks.
Okay.
Yeah, Franco will take all the tools that he can, and the net he'll gladly accept.
Okay. Yeah, the grappling hooks, I think we should keep on us just in case we'll need them. You never know. I imagine Tak would be happy with the steel mirror. It will be useful for stealthing around.
Steel mirror?
How heavy are those bags of blue cap grain?
Says they're a pound each. They have to be kind of baked and turned into bread by a fire, with fire.
Yeah, I'm adding the 10 pounds of rations, so that's 5 rations.
And another 10 pounds of ripple bark. That's another 5 rations.
Yeah, and then there was another 4 rations in a different house. And a fungus satchel, 3 jugs of different kinds of spices. Sea Mother statue worth 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
4 daggers. 4 scrolls of parchment.
Throw away the daggers. We don't really need parchment.
I can sell them.
I mean, now
Okay,
that you have
Keep track
time,
of the little stuff then.
it's not just plain parchment. You unscroll 1 or 2 of them seem to have maps, fishing maps of the local area.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, those would be
In which
useful.
language are they written?
Would be undercom. I mean, it's chicken scratchings. There's no language here.
So it's not undercommon?
It's a map. No, there's no written word.
Okay. I'll take the steel mirror as you mentioned, as well as I'll put all the rations in the bag of holding. but I think
And
anything
there's
else, if you want it, go ahead and put it in your inventory because that's a lot of weird stuff.
there's a crystal vial that had bubbles
Yes.
going up and down in it that either Swirl or Krenko can identify.
I throw an identify on that.
It is a potion of water breathing. It is a potion of water breathing. Sorry, I forgot my push to speak.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should we just give that to Tack now, or
Yeah, no.
it's an old
Why does
campaign
he
joke?
need water breathing?
Because he gets
it's a-
locked in chests that get thrown into water.
Yeah.
It
Previous
happened
campaign.
in our last game.
Iconic.
I get thrown into the water one time where I can't breathe.
No,
Well, you could
no,
breathe.
no. The worst part here is that we found a mirror universe of that temple, and you did the same damn shit. So actually, it happened twice there, Tack, in our past life.
Wait, did I do it again?
Yes, you did.
It was the first, like, it's like, oh, hey, it's a mirror universe of the dungeon we were just in. And fucking Tack's like, oh, quickly, I go to that room where I got drowned. Is it there? Yes, the box is there. Okay, I touch it. All right, am I inside the box? All right, great.
Yep.
I just like doubled our treasure, and then I think it disappeared, didn't it? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, when we tried to carry it back. But technically, you put yourself in the box twice. So never forget. All right, so we have all of our stuff. We have our 2 rafts. We're getting out of here.
okay. I'll add the sea mother statue though.
Alright.
And 3 flasks of lamp oil for the lantern for
Yep.
Hicks. He's not here, but yeah, we'll let him know next time.
Yeah, so you load up your 2 rafts. You gather all your cohorts, and with this kind of push off from this makeshift rest area you've had, out into the darkness once more of the Darklake. It's going to be a fair amount of time till you come across civilization once more. And I mean, hopefully you guys are prepared. You've definitely got enough food and tools to keep you going for the first little bit, and you know, see how the Underdark treats you from here on out. Are there any dedicated roles people are wanting to take up?
So what?
Negotiator / sea captain.
Captain, mine captain.
Franco will just be serviceman on the boat or on the raft, just trying to fix up everything and pulling on. So just rails and maybe a rudder or just anything you can get to work on.
Okay.
Tack will be a designated rower.
Sure.
Do the rafts have a little mast?
No. There's not.
So there's no crow's nest. I'm disappointed.
Franco will get working on that.
I reworked Tack a little bit, so he's just like a single class, so just fighter now. But I'll focus on rowing. I'm still not a strength-based class, still the Dex character. No longer perceptive, only good at beating people up.
So you lost all your skills
And
as a
stealing
rogue.
all their crap. No, I still
Alright.
have that one.
Mhm.
Specifically the stealing one. I still have that.
Yeah. I'm stealthy, good at stealing, good at lying, and good at kidnapping.
Alright.
Rotation good.
We're the good guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
And eating as well.
Mhm. I'm a good guy.
Good at hiding bodies.
Permanently, yeah.
So as the other, everyone else pretty much gathers around, you got Eldith, you've got Jim Jar still with you, Stool kind of keeping close to Eldith's legs. You hear you feel the rapport spores settle on you as you can hear his voice once more into your mind. We were worried. I'm glad you made it back safely. Are we ready to leave this place?
Yeah, we've secured supplies now to make sure we all don't starve to death on the journey. And we have tools and I think enough ability to begin our journey. But we
Yeah,
do need
what
to
did
be.
you guys do while we were gone?
Well, you can hear Fargus in the background. Well, I've managed to. He kind of looks towards the Zerkwood bundles, and there are they're kind of stacked, and he's found some kind of fibrous plant or something that he's kind of strapped them together with, so they could be at least loaded easily.
Nice, very good work.
So Aldith as well has, well, she's been, besides taking care of Stool, trying to discern any general way of locating a direction of travel. If you guys are to navigate, you want to be generally heading, according to her, like west-southwest, if possible, just shy of straight west.
If we show her the maps, would it help to give her a better idea of where to go?
I think that would definitely, in fact, that would give her advantage on her survival checks. At least while you
Nice.
are in this side of the Darklake.
Okay.
Also, have any other people shown up,
They
like survivors?
No, no one's been past this way. We've been keeping an eye out. So a bit of debris floated down earlier, but nothing worth salvaging.
How rude.
And you hear
The
Aldith,
Stimogorgon.
I think I've worked out a general direction based on these maps that you found. This is bang useful. This is. I can see that there's a couple of areas that they are steer clear of. So we'll try and stick to what they've worked out already. But as you guys kind of push off, grabbing a couple of, I imagine you want to turn a bit of the Zerkwood into some poles for either paddling or pushing yourself along the rocks
Yep.
or the pillars.
Or like oars if we can.
Yeah, generally like some oars. With that, you kind of set off into the Darklake once more, adrift, and I mean, not so much. There's not so much a current. Every now and again, you kind of feel a general surging in tide, but that's about it. And let's get some perception checks from those of you keeping a watch.
In Bork, we trust.
I mean, I'm good.
Okay, let's get this here.
Yeah, we rolled the same number on the dice.
I rolled a little less.
No. On the
Oh, yeah,
dice,
we
it
rolled
is
the
the
same.
same. Yeah.
See, just roll well.
Alright, so keeping an eye out as you travel, you can hear Aldith kind of muttering under her breath as she's trying to make heads and tails of the Kuatoan map, trying to kind of avoid the worst hazards of the Underdark. And you get a fair distance into your travels, a couple of hours as you get to roughly the 4th hour. It's been, for the most part, fairly unremarkable. Every now and again, walls, pillars coming into view, but otherwise just paddling in this kind of endless silence with nothing but the sounds of the water that you're disturbing, kind of wincing every time you do, as it's kind of the only sound, just like moving out into the darkness. For the most part, you're in wide caverns, unable to see the sides, the roof, until we get to about 4 hours in, and she says, okay, it looks like we are coming up to some kind of tighter passageways now. I think let's just get ready to steer with the oars if we have to. As you can see, the water begin to funnel, and let's get you onto the right page. I'm just gonna have to do some token copying. Let's get this boat. as soon as you start to file into, it's basically one of the ends of the cavern walls, and there's this kind of fissure down the side that some kind of water is pouring into, and it definitely looks wide enough to hold the raft, but it might be a bit of a tight squeeze at some points. And she says, this is one of the most common routes according to the map, but it does look quite tight in there as you guys get sucked in. You find yourself kind of careening down these fairly awkward to navigate waters, and I'm going to need some checks from all of you to try and keep the raft on cue, on the right track, and to avoid the rocks that are approaching rapidly. So give me one moment here. What are we going to need?
We're all gonna die!
I need a group dexterity check at this point.
Just dexterity check, not save, right?
Correct.
Oh!
Ooh.
Hey, hold on now.
Ah!
Roll for the paladin.
We are a dexterity group.
For some reason, my roll 20 is taking forever to load.
We really need you to roll high here. It's
Yeah.
I almost just... Oh, thank God. All right, old Frank and Tack, we got it. The rest of you, stop doing what you're doing.
So you you come in careening to these rocks, and kind of just with the power of some of the members in your group pushing off at just the right times, you ski by. You can see a little bit of timber as it like shaves off a centimeter or two off the side, but does not crunch. The people behind you kind of following, trying to keep the same path you are. As you swing around to the next, bend, and it is this kind of rough current grips you and begins to increase your speed at a quite scary pace. I will need one more dexterity check, please.
I think Tack already rolled twice.
Nice, you did. I'm happy to keep
Just
it.
because it's a good roll, eh?
I'm
Unless it
back
doesn't
down.
count.
I'm using my wrong
roll
eye
again.
again.
Come on.
I'll
Oh
roll
dude.
again.
god, we're a dexterity group.
Let's see what Tack rolls again.
Oh, 15 from the paladin.
You got a 19, isn't it?
Cranko, you got a roll. No, he has
Oh, I
rolled.
wasn't sure if the 19 counted because it was
No, it's
from
fine.
earlier by accidentally
It
pressing twice.
still looks like a
Crank.
fail.
Oh,
Cranko.
you
Yeah,
already
he rolled
did.
a 5.
Oh, you know, it's at this time that I realize why I have captain duties. It's because I have an inspirational boost. As a reaction, I boost. Let's see, what's Cranko doing?
He's
trying to
saving
save
face.
I'd like to imagine that Tack is like pushing one of you bastards aside and like grabbing the other oar and then like holding both oars out, like trying to turn and control the.
Nathan, would it be
boat.
more advantageous for me to help out the paladin, or would it be more advantageous for me to get Tack just super above 20?
You'd need to make another party member pass.
I mean, Cranko
Okay.
is at 10 right now with his saving face.
Yeah, he's
Right,
the
but I-
closest.
Okay, so 15 is pass?
No, less than 15.
Less than 15. Okay,
More
cool.
than
Let's
10.
try to more than yeah. All right, let's try to get Cranko. Let's try to get Cranko up there.
Let's see.
So
Okay.
Cranko's saving face, and then Captain Old Frank
You
is
need
like,
a-
"Hey,
Just
adjust
roll.
yourself."
Okay.
Ah,
14.
You needed a 13.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
yeah,
Two
with
people.
that, you avoid the ship taking bludgeoning damage, and you avoid everyone having to make a deck save to avoid falling into the water, as you are kind of spat out into. The river continues to snake along, but you find yourself in a much calmer area. We're going to use this as a bit of a default cavern now. This is just roughly everyone squeezed onto one raft, so we're going to have to get 2 rafts going, of course.
Wait, didn't we steal one?
You did. This
Yeah, but
was
we
set up
also
before you
got
did
another
that.
one now. So I have 2.
Yeah, you got 2.
So we can travel easier. Because otherwise we're too cramped on one.
Were all the NPCs on the other one?
Emphasis on were. Yeah, they kind of were going to live or die with what you guys are doing, so they were sticking right in your tail, in the wake of you, following your movements. And
Wait. Oh, is that Vargas Rumblefoot?
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Halfling. Why can't I fucking copy this? But you are spat out back into the dark lake, generally into kind of more of the same caverns that you saw before. As Aldous looks at the map, it looks like we have a bit of open areas before we move back into tunnels. I think. Oh, that's what these squiggly lines mean. They must indicate the rapids. Okay, well, the next tunnels coming up seem to be clear of that, so hopefully we won't have to go through that again anytime soon. Kind of grimaces a bit. But thankfully...
Good thing you told us.
Well, at least I know now. That's important right now. It looks like we need to make to the this side of the cavern, which kind of points into the distance. You guys kind of alter your course as you begin to traverse once more, and the next couple of hours kind of carry out in silence, and you get to a point where you're gonna have to start resting for the day, but you've made pretty good distance. You can feel yourselves kind of arms aching as you've made like 7-8 hours progress straight into the Underdark.
Well, we knew this was going to be a multiple day journey. We should look around and find a place to tie up.
Yeah.
Very well. And
Yes.
it takes about another 30 to 40 minutes before you can find a little patch of land with enough space for you guys to kind of all climb out and get a bit dry away from the waterline. Any particular defenses or things you're doing for the night?
No, I imagine just taking watch.
Sorry, was someone going to speak there? You're welcome to.
I think just taking watch.
Okay.
Thanks for all work on the eye patch.
You can give me another tool check. Otherwise, let's get some perception checks.
I do have one question. Does anybody look rough or diseased or sick or...
I mean, no, not so much. Aldith is looking a bit skinnier, I guess.
Why skinnier? Any throat leeches we should be concerned about?
No, more just like prison diet.
Malnutrition.
Hmm.
I mean, everyone's looking a bit rough from traveling, and I mean, it's never fun living on just survival tack. You're trying to get all the nutrients you can, but you're sorely lacking in kind of fruits and vegetables.
I do have a question.
Tushar?
Oh, for old Frank. Is the second eye gone, or is it still there?
Nope.
Shushar got lost in Sloobludop. He did not make it out with you.
Did Frank crash?
No, he's there.
How rude. He ignores me.
Are you there, Nico?
Sorry, my mic
Alright.
was dead for a second. Potion Swirl, you know my eye's gone.
Damn it. So I
Why?
can't
Why do
last-
you ask?
I would have tried lesser restoration to see if I can cure the blindness.
No, it was snatched out of my eye. It's
Huh.
gone.
I may or may not have forgotten within the last couple days.
Oh, it's been a very
It's
traumatic time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's like, it feels like weeks and months, man.
Right. It just seems strange to me because you've in the past asked me to hide your drugs in my eye socket. So I thought
What? I would never. Yeah, he tried. Now you're just pulling shit out of your ass.
No, I'm pulling out of my eye socket, and it's a white kind of powder. And
I am a clean bird. I don't take any drugs or enhancing stimuli.
I'm not saying you're taking drugs,
potions.
but you did ask your friend to store it in my eye when the guards came by.
Wait, which friend asked that of you?
You?
No.
Okay. I guess I'm mistaken.
Are you sure you're not just confusing me with another bird?
Yeah, I mean, all birds look alike. I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm. Back to the racism. I throw my hands and turn around and walk away.
The two steps.
You're the one who said all birds looked alike.
Is this
All
the
right.
distribution of sailors you've got going here? Is this correct?
No.
Let's see here. Actual players versus NPCs. Yeah, that looks right.
I would save because one of them doesn't even have hands.
Fair.
You're gonna go join the NPCs there, Potion?
Yes, I will save the NPC.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I am captain of my own vessel.
With the 16, did I manage to finish that?
yes,
If
yes,
eye
you
patch?
would. Yeah, you managed to
Yeah.
embellish it nicely. Kind of whatever font you had in mind did come through on the wood. And you mean you managed to find some kind of oil or mixture of various substances you put together to kind of create a makeshift, at least temporary varnish for it.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
very nice.
no touch. Crank will fit on for you. And he's gonna gently slide it into your empty eye socket.
That's hot.
Ah,
Okay. I mean,
You know,
Wait, is
Kronko,
does
I'm
the
in
eye
the-
patch? Does the eye patch have in the back like a little knob which you just stick into the eye?
why do you care, Potion Swirl?
Well, I'm trying to paint a picture here for
You're so obsessed with my dead eye socket. Get over it.
I mean,
Kranko,
He's
you're my
fingering
new
your
best
eye socket.
friend. Kranko, this is a lovely gift, and I thank you very much.
Cranko bows. He's very proud of his work.
Hey,
And
Potion
now
Swirl,
you, big man with arms, I make you a weapon with long reach. If a better weapon, let me put it that way.
you're
Indicating
looking
to folk.
great, Captain.
I thought of a name for your ship there, Potion Swirl.
Oh.
Yeah, the Crow's Nest.
You know, I have one for yours too. The blind
Yeah, what-
spot.
Ah! That's quite clever, actually. Because I'm blind in one eye.
And as you guys are saying this, you're looking towards, you can see, let's see, yeah. Old Frank. In the background, right behind Swirl, you can see Jim Jar. He's not paying attention to this, but something that looks like a rope kind of suddenly drapes down out of the darkness. And you see another one, and another one.
Ah, he's using rope tricks against us.
And you kind of you follow it up, and you see up the chain or the length of these kind of tentacle-like tendrils. Another story.
Okay, let me know when I can react.
Yeah, you can react.
I shout out, blind spot the Crow's Nest alert, 12 o'clock.
And a tentacle
Wait,
lashes
which way
out
12?
to Jim Jar as combat does begin. And let me take that off Whispers. That's going to be a 15 to hit, which is going to do it. You hear him kind of cry out in surprise, unless someone can do something as a reaction or intervene in any way.
Let me check. No.
What am I looking for? Okay, in that case, this is going to show you everything.
I know you're trying to bait it out of me here, Nathan, but I have no love for that Jim Jar.
You do you, man. Okay, it's not a crit, so it's gonna do 7 points of damage to him. He's got much more than that, so he's alright for now. But he needs to make a con saving throw. As he cries out in pain, as the tentacles seem to be hurting him in ways more than simply pressure. Let's see here.
I don't think I noticed the creature, so I don't think I can react to it.
Well, I mean, you do have one of your companions calling out at this point. So he does succeed on the saving throw, but he is currently grappled. He is medium or smaller, so he is also restrained as the tentacles wrap multiple times around his body, pinning his arms to his side. And with that, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do everything. We'll do it live. Oh, the button doesn't even work after all that. Yo, fuck you, APIs.
No. Want us to roll manual?
Yeah, I'll just roll manual for now. We'll sort it out. I'll probably just have to restart the sandbox.
Yeah, I think it might be the APIs, because even in like my games, like everything's just taking longer to load the moment I start the API scripts.
Fair. I'm sure it is.
And old Frank is the fastest and not giving a shit.
I have no idea if it is or not, but been a
Alright, so as Jimjar takes some damage, yeah, old Frank, how are you reacting to this?
Well, I won't spend one of my reactions, but I can certainly help the guy out.
Okay. Jesus, could this thing roll any lower? Fuck my life, honestly. 6? Okay, yeah.
Until I know more about my enemy, I'm just gonna mock it.
Fair.
So the DC has gone up to it's 14, even though that
Fails
description says 13. All right, let's roll for damage. Yeah, max damage, baby.
Nice, okay.
4 psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on your next attack.
Being a massive floating brain, you can see it kind of takes it personally, a little cry as oh man, you know what, I wish I could get you I'm going to put the whole picture in Discord for us, because there's some wicked tendrils on the end of that bar, on the end of those tentacles.
Are they barbed?
They are very much barbed.
Always barbed.
Do you see that?
Barbed for your
Yes.
pleasure.
Oh wait, I sent
See
it to
here.
a voice chat, let me do that differently. There we go.
The general shit. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a Tiznich Slaneshi looking motherfucker
Oh.
right there.
That's a pipe cleaner.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And
Yeah,
a
if you're-
beak as face?
If
Yeah.
you got any blockages,
Oh,
take
very
care of it.
nice. Well, that'll bring us...
but yeah,
Yeah?
go. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, fine. That'll bring us to Tack.
okay. Tack is going to I guess hop over and poke the Grell with the dagger.
Awesome. Yep, give us a roll.
It's taking forever to load. So, in the meantime, it's becoming that season, close to tax time. Make sure that you file your taxes appropriately. And has it come in yet? No, it still has not come in yet. So, bit of an update. My wife is going to be induced next week, so I might not be here. Okay,
Okay.
11. I missed.
God damn.
There we go.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately, by 1. Just very short. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and action surge and try to hit for the second.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
let's have it.
Searchy boy.
Oh, yeah, no stress. Are you throwing any
if it
extra
does-
effects on if it hits?
I am going to use my fire giant fire rune.
Okay.
14.
14 will do the job.
So, yep, and it's going to do an additional 2d6 damage. If you want to roll the 2d6, you can, because it looks like it's taking forever still. Holy crap.
Yeah, no problem. It's going to be 6.
I am really sorry about this.
Don't worry
Oh,
about
so
it.
you're a fighter 3, rogue 1 now?
No, all
No,
fighter.
I'm just full fighter.
Oh, full fighter.
Okay, the damage
No sneak damage?
from the
Rude.
dagger, 6 piercing. Very good, very good. And now, doesn't it make a save
So,
against being restrained
no-
or something?
It's going to take the 6 fire damage, and then I think it takes damage at the start of... So that works. The creature takes an extra, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute.
Strength saving throw, gotcha. Gotcha.
It automatically does the damage, but
Yeah.
it...
Okay, it passes us though.
Okay.
Alright. And with that, brings us over to... is that the end of your turn, or are you staying where you are? All that
Yeah, that's the
jazz?
end of my turn.
Okay, Cranko.
I don't know why the dice just take forever to load.
I'm going to reset the APIs now, then you might want to just refresh after that.
No, I refreshed already. It might not be the APIs. I might just be full myself. For some reason, it's just my character, because it seems like everyone else is rolling appropriately.
You with this, Cranko?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. On my initiative, it says that Bork's before me, but I will.
There's
I can go.
2.
And the Spectre is currently.
And Spectre, yeah.
Whoa, did it merge? Oh, did that fucking merge thing. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Frank's Bean. Cranko. Okay, if you say Bork's before you, then we'll delete this one. Go to the Paladin next. I think that should be about right, yeah. Okay, well, your new companion, seeing as you guys are fairly close at the time, will also make the... yeah,
Paladin is also invisible for us.
He's... what? He's invisible?
Yes. Yeah, because you rolled him.
Yeah, we don't see his initiative.
Oh, okay. Sucks to suck, I guess.
Funky!
He'll move up to help you guys. He's going to make an attack at this thing. Not really too sure what it is, but nevertheless a rapier will come into play, and if it hits, he's going to throw a smite onto it, because why not? Let's just see this creature's type. It is not going to take extra, but still a fair amount of damage. 17 points. As we go over to Bork.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna move up to there, and...
Oh wait, sorry, let me just double check this. No, he cannot do that. This creature is attacking from 10 feet away. He's not in melee range. That is, I apologize for that. The tentacles have a 10-foot range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna move to there then, and he's gonna swing the quarterstaff with both hands. Damn. Bonus action, gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay. Nice. Those will both land for 4 and 6 respectively.
And since it hasn't taken its turn in this initiative, right?
No.
So that's an extra 4d6 for both.
Didn't
Attack.
it already attack?
But it
Jennifer,
did
though?
attack to begin combat. So isn't that like sneak advantage attack? What's it called? That ability?
Surprise attack.
It's not.
Surprise
You're not
attack.
really surprising it.
Okay. Okay then.
All right.
I meant that the creature initiated with a surprise
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
So even though it's low on the initiative, it still acted for this.
Yeah. That's what I was asking him
Sure.
to make sure. If
Okay, so Cranko, that'll bring us to you now.
Oh, Cranko's gonna move up to the side of the raft, not really knowing what's going on. Gonna look down at his cannon and see all the new switches he's added. What does this one do? And he's gonna shoot a firebolt.
Okay. Nice. That will just hit. Kind of hits into the brain. You can see burning some of the flesh there as you bloody the creature.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's me.
Okay, that brings us to Swirl.
No, it's
Or won't
Jim
it?
Jar.
Okay. You guys can't see the ones that I'm seeing? Because I see like
Nope.
lots of
And now it's
doubles.
Jim Jar.
Okay, that was...
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
roll
then
20.
that and then
Eldiv.
Swirl.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
probably
I'm the
because I
last.
restarted the APIs and like never mind. Okay, so Jim Jar,
Maybe, yeah.
Want me to? I'm reloading. Hold on.
Jim
Maybe
Jar
I-
is help me, please. He's like coughing. He's not very happy with where he is, and you must get me away from this creature. As he's trying to fend off the beak that's like nipping at his, trying to nip at his face. He has a war pick. Not very good with it, but oh, look at that.
Oh,
Just roll well.
nice.
And it
Not very good with it.
digs deep into the flesh of the brain of the creature, like howls in pain. He's doing a fair job of not getting dragged off here as we get to Eldith, who kind of in surprise looks around and will hand crossbow. Let's see. Oh, everyone's doing
Dang.
very well. Potion, that'll bring us to you.
Finally, I'm 10 feet away, and I just reloaded my game, so nothing's ready. Perfect, but I will just, throw a bright white eldritch blast at it.
Right.
14.
Yeah, 14 will hit for 9 damage. The creature is struggling to stay aloft at this point. The surprise attack not going as well as it thought it would. Do you have anything else from you?
It has very long tentacles, right?
Yes.
So if I take a step back, I will probably get slapped. But my problem is, the boat looks like it's gonna tip at some point if people keep stacking up.
It's getting there. I mean, it's pretty solid, but yeah.
I mean, I will jump to the other boat.
Okay.
Look at Frank and say, "Switcheroony." I'm the captain now.
Not my ship.
Oh.
Okay, well, the Grell is... He's got his prey. And let's see... Bork, on your turn, is your reach just 5 feet?
No, it's 10 feet.
10 feet still, because of your race.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 5 feet during the turn, though. During Bork's turn, but then 10 feet.
No,
Or it's 10 feet during your turn and then 5 feet after.
no, it's 10 feet during my turn, and if I have my arms out, it's 15 feet with the arms.
Are your arms out?
Okay.
No, I didn't bring the arms out.
So
I did flurry of blows.
So currently you do have 10 feet reach, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it'll risk it. And it's going to rise 30 feet. It's going to attempt to. You can take attack of opportunity. And as it
Yeah.
does, you see Jim Jar getting lifted up with him.
Wait. Is it within tax reach?
Technically not, because it's the brain is 10 feet above the raft.
Oh.
Don't you have inspiration?
I used it.
Ah,
Okay, so he's gonna rise 30 feet, and you hear Jim Jar, "Hey, help, no!" And it's gonna dash, seeing that it managed to get away with the morsel of food. And it's gonna rise another 30 feet, and into the darkness of the cavern roofs, Jim Jar's cries just kind of echoing down from the heights.
Man, that's a damn shame. How far out in feet from my position would you say? So you said 60 feet up in the air, plus originally about 40 feet away. So the Pythagorean theorem tells us that they're 60 feet. Okay.
It's more than 60
Old
feet from
Frank,
you.
I got an idea.
Yeah. I don't got really anything that reaches past 60 though. So.
Old Frank, I got an idea. Punch, poke,
Yeah.
and swirl. Like
What?
with your hardest attack, just hit him. Just hit your best friend.
No, you wouldn't. And I make
Frank considers it for a while.
I make like Puss in Boots eyes.
Sorry, I'm not actually casting Dissonant Whispers. I had to check. I was trying to check the range on it.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have anything beyond 60 feet.
The problem is your dark vision doesn't extend beyond 60 feet, so the creature is...
Oh, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I take the dodge action.
Okay.
Stand up. I walk over by Potion Swirl, and I look like I'm gonna hit him, and I just put my hand on the back of his shoulder. I'm like, hey there, Captain. That was messed up. Then I end my turn.
Jack is going to look up at the ceiling, and then he's gonna look over at Stool. And when he's like right here, can you still see the creature?
Let's see. Are you also working with 60 feet dark vision?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dashed 60 feet and it's 10 feet, so it's gonna be 70 feet up. You can still see you can see Jim Jar, but you can't see the creature.
Okay, I'm gonna climb on the shoulders of Bork then, if he'll allow me.
Yeah, go for
And
it.
then I'll say, I'm trying to help, and I'm gonna throw my dagger at Stool.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll.
What?
You don't hear a scream because Stool can't, but like.
Why Stool?
So I'm gonna throw my dagger at Stool.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure you can redirect any attack but your own. I want to say.
Wait.
So just double check that.
It says, in addition, when you or a creature you see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to invoke the room and choose a different creature. Oh, only 30 feet. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore
Yeah.
that idea. It was really
Just
bad.
throw the dagger.
Or I might have actually just... Yeah, never mind that.
Yeah.
I
You
thought
can
it was
always-
a little bit more OP than it actually was.
You can always throw a shitty dagger at 60 feet if you still have one.
Does Bork have a shitty dagger on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's throw away all those daggers. We don't need them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but if only we decided to save those. You guys should have been
I-
more persuasive.
I would have saved them.
I saved them. I have them on me.
Good man, good man.
Well, your 6 seconds of turn is swiftly approaching its end.
I shout out Jim Jar. Bye.
I bet you don't survive this. Okay, well that'll bring us to the Paladin. Let's see what he has in his repertoire. Bork, you're gonna be up next, and then Kranko.
The Paladin doesn't have dark vision.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just a quick reminder on that one. He has to use a torch for light.
Who needs dark vision?
Oh, if only
Um,
hunters marked it. I didn't know you had that. Okay. He is effectively blind here. Bork, what you doing?
This guy's
Yeah.
gonna die.
He's gonna move to a position where he can see the.
You
Here,
can.
step on my shoulders.
The brain thing.
You can't get to a position where you can see the brain thing. You can get to a position where you can see Jim Jar, and therefore you kind of have a rough estimate of where it is. Unless you can get 10 feet up in the air.
Oh, you have the step of the wind.
Oh, did Kranko get a new picture?
Yeah.
I'm thrilled about it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, screw it. I do step of the wind to double my jump distance and jump in the air.
Okay. A step of... Yeah, sure. Then, what are you trying to do when you're in the air?
Take a shot with the short bow.
Then go ahead. It is going to be with disadvantage, but you can
Okay.
go ahead and give me that attack. So you need to hit a 12, which looks like you have. And 4 piercing, the creature only had 2 life left. And you hear this thunk, you hear Jumjar. Ah, 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 no, ah! He's going to come sailing down with the brain on top of him. Thankfully, kind of sailed a bit to the side, so he's not going to slam into the raft and liquefy. He lands into the water.
Wouldn't it be fun if he
found
landed
the
on the rocks and died?
And this giant brain obviously slams into the water behind him. Tentacles kind of floating out akimbo now in every direction, releasing Jimjar. He, oh thank you, oh thank you, coughing out darklake water.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I feel like my heart wasn't in the right place. I think I was more focused on killing the Grell instead of saving Junior.
While Stool is definitely hiding behind Eldith, out of sight from you.
Guys, hear me? Sorry, my mic cuts out every now and again.
I can now.
Yes, now we can.
Yeah, so I talk and then all of a sudden it's not picking up my voice. Very,
Can you see
very
on
frustrating.
Discord that it registers?
Yeah, I'm keeping a lookout,
Okay,
but
cool.
every now and again it doesn't pick up. But
What do you
if I
want
don't
to?
respond, that's just no.
Did you want to add something to the situation?
Yeah, yes, I did. I do have a new photo for Craig.
Okay. Nice. Thanks, Internet Explorer.
Thanks, Will.
Okay. So at least the Grell's body floating there, it looks like it's beginning to sink. Are you doing anything about that, or leaving it to the depths and the kippers, or whatever?
Is it edible?
I mean,
Mage hand, I grab a tentacle and pull it out.
so the... Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty dangerous because it's got these poison barbs that are probably loaded with poisons already. Hey, come on, leave your sister alone, boy.
Yes, but mage hand.
Yeah, so Mage Hand can pull it closer, but it is a hazard to work with. There's this big, like, lumpy, tissuey part of brain. I mean, it's probably nutritious.
Something for our crow's nest crew. They don't get the good rations.
I mean, it's like a meaty cotton candy, you guys.
Well, Chimjar, you
Well-
want to give me a hand?
Think of all the
It's
knowledge
just-
you could gain by eating
It's
that
just,
brain.
it's just fair. It wanted to eat you, now you get to eat it.
Not only do I not want to give you a hand, I think I need to lie down for a bit.
I bet you wouldn't even be able to stomach it anyway.
Oh,
Uh,
really? When you put your coin purse where your mouth is.
Jim Jaw, let me take a quick look at
Hey,
you.
hey.
Just had a traumatic event.
You kind of...
Oh,
Yeah.
my-
Yeah?
I'll give you 2 gold pieces if you eat that brain that tried to eat you.
Well, I can't cook it first?
Jim Jaw, follow my
I'll give you
finger.
4 gold pieces if you don't cook it.
Jim Jaw, this is important. I slapped Jim Jaw on the cheek.
I try and silently purify the tentacle before he eats it.
No, he wants to cook it first. He's not an idiot. He's interested in betting, but that's a bit too far.
No, it's fine. Eat. I think it's fine without cook.
I mean, it looks like
18.
this strange yellow mucus that's pouring out of the folds is doing something like searing.
No, shush. I shove it in his mouth and I wink at it. It's fine.
Good heavens. It just vomits over the side of the ship.
You people are horrible.
It smells pretty
I
rank.
just forgot that we had a carrying crawler companion.
Yes.
How could you
I
miss
guess
Gregory? He's
we-
right there.
Gregory?
Yeah.
That's
Name?
Well,
Gregory now.
The name on the saddle is Gregory. You're not sure if that's his name or his previous owner's name.
He's been dubbed Gregory though.
Yeah.
I mean, I could talk to
Right.
him if we find a civilized city.
Can we name it Sir Gregory?
This
I don't
is
know
appropriate.
any of
This.
Gregory seems more appropriate for a carrion crawler.
Maybe if we find some nobility. If the prince was still here, he could probably sire it. No?
Oh, for the moment,
No.
it's
What
curled
is-
into a little circle in the center of the raft.
What are you all doing on my boat? Get off!
Oh, right.
Okay.
Hey, Greg. How you doing, Greg?
And the tentacle monster is for Gregory, since Cranko isn't feeding it.
Feed all the time.
is very
We're-
interested.
We're actually feeding a corpse to a carrion crawler. This is perfect.
Yeah. You can see the double set of mandibles instantly rip tissue and flesh, just chunks at a time. You hear like this crack as it crushes the beak and it goes to town.
There you go, that's fascinating.
Lurps up the tentacles like spaghetti.
Yeah, he seems fine with it. This creature has dealt with a lot dirtier stuff. And yeah, with that you begin to continue off into the Underdark, hopefully in the direction of Gracklstugh, the durogar city. You eventually come to a point where you begin to see the walls close in on either side. It's becoming quite a thin channel once more. And as you are going down, you get to about here. Let's get you on the map. Oh shit, fuck. I forgot to rejoin as a player, so it's been on the map of Sloobludop this whole time. Joy to the world. Okay. You find yourself coming around the corner to see a couple of figures standing at a nearby ridge into the wall, and they immediately kind of quickly come to attention, grabbing at crossbows, falling back into like a defensive position in the cave and kind of seeing who's there. Who is it? Who goes there?
What creatures are they? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
One of them is a drow, strangely enough, and the other one looks to be dwarven.
Huh, is it a durogar or a real dwarf?
A normal dwarf. They both look pretty rough in their attire, wearing kind of makeshift leathers. Yeah.
Well, old Frank, you wanted to be our voice, so let's go.
That's Captain Old Frank. Actually, Captain Dr. Old Frank, if we're really being,
Captain Doctor, old Frank.
What
Or
do
is
you
it
think,
the old
Dr.
Captain Dr.
or
Frank?
Captain Doctor? Yeah, we should really settle on an order.
Old
here.
Captain Dr. Frank, there you go.
Old Captain Dr. Frank. Yeah, okay. Oh, how about Captain Frank? Captain Old Frank MD.
I don't know. The shortcut doesn't fit.
Whatever. No one asked. All right. Hail! Do we have our boat on the map?
Not yet. You're effectively at the top of the river.
Top here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say out in Undercommon. Hail there, travelers! The big P.
Yes. What are you? They kind of look to each other as fairly friendly kind of greeting comes back. You find yourselves fairly close to where we happen to be congregating, friends. You come here with purpose?
Oh, we are mostly merchants and traders heading towards the nearest town. Be really nice if I could get a decent deception check.
Looks good.
You find yourself a bit far from any towns, quite near the center of the Underdark.
Yes, well, that's what makes us traveling merchants, is that we don't stick close to the cities, you see. It's part of the profession. But we don't mean to trouble you or your like.
and I meant darklake. Well, if you have any goods to trade, and you don't want to cause any trouble, we might have some interest in having a conversation.
Inside check.
Yep.
Because I don't trust him.
You hear the dwarf, we're talking to the dwarf as the drow comes forward. Let's see, inside check. I mean, they look weird. Yes, Krenko?
Device system, if I've got...
Yes?
Yeah. What's it called?
Yeah, I was
Proficiency.
gonna want an insight, but I was exactly drinking water. Sorry.
Proficiency.
You can also make your own inside check, that's fine.
They're extremely trustworthy.
No, seriously, man.
Okay. As the drow speaks up as well. Well, I mean, okay, from your inside check, they look defensive, but that's understandable. They don't look necessarily interested in you, as if they're kind of summing you up for robbing or anything like that. You've seen the look in people's eyes as they kind of see if they can take you, kind of looking over what's at your belt, what's at your coin purse. These figures simply look like they're defending where they are. And the drow says, if you mean no harm, you find yourselves friends at the Middle Lake, a small congregation of travelers, wanderers, fishermen that, for various reasons, eschew the larger cities. If you
Very well.
Yeah.
We are happy to greet the residents of Middle Lake, and so do solemnly swear to not cause no trouble here. And yeah, we'll lay out our wares and see if there's anything you're interested in.
In that case, come. We'll take you to Memrick, and he will do some. He will see what you have for offer.
Very well.
And
All
he
right,
kind
and
of leads you
we'll-
up here. Yeah.
I'll take a moment to gather up both crews from both ships, which are just rafts, which aren't really crews. Be like, all right, guys, we're merchants officially, which is totally true. Bring up all the supplies that we have here, the nice golden statue stuff, the knives, the nets, some of the weapons. I never said we were having luxury supplies. And yeah, we'll just go up here and see if these people got anything for us.
Sure. Well, you follow them around a couple of bends and into a much larger cavern, and you can see lights in the distance, people moving around. It doesn't look like a full town or anything, but there's a fair population as you get deeper and deeper, seeing tents laid out, and oh wow, it completely broke. Is this the right page? 1 second.
Like reality broke, like our minds broke.
I mean, we have a giant piece of thin gold.
Nope, here we go. This
They
is
take us to Cthulhu Ra.
different version of that. You can see guards stationed along the passageway that leads into a much deeper cavern, with the sound of people, the kind of smell of campfire smoke, as people have created a little bit of a congregation for themselves here at the very least, to be able to do some rest, trading, gather some information, and it's also a good spot to kind of end up today's session.
Yeah, this is great. Nice little surprise.
Yeah.
Civilization before civilization.
Yeah,
Maybe
bit of
we'll
a
get a spell or two.
bit of a backwater one, but also Aldous to point out this signifies that you're closer to Gracklstugh than you thought. You've made fair progress.
Nice.
Nice.
Good. Very good. Hopefully these guys aren't slavers as well, but we'll see.
Everybody's a slaver in the Underdark.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good stuff, man. Very we really pushed the narrative forward. It seems
Yeah.
like we're in
Yeah.
a situation now where we can start to party a little bit.
Guys, wait till you get to
So-
Gracklstugh. That place is a blast.
You get murdered there, guys.
You get murdered there.
Yeah.
Like Slave Central, Gracklstugh.
I mean, it is, and it's like, it's
Thank you.
very xenophobic. If you're not a durogar, there's like a big wall that pretty much the docks are on one side of the wall and the rest of the town's on the other side, and no foreigners are allowed behind that wall. Aldous would be able to tell you this, but she will also say there is a red dragon that lives there by the name of Thembachord that is the wormsmith who lights their forges.
Oh wow.
So
Hmm.
you know, that's fun to see.
Good thing I speak dragon.
Yeah.
Nice.
To go over that ability, you guys. You know, when I was a young goblin, I saw a bigger goblin picking on a less fortunate goblin, and it threw a punch at him. So, well, I developed this ability where I made it so it redirected that punch to an even weaker goblin, killing him. I hope to use that ability again during the adventures.
I was trying to
Nice.
RP old Frank just walking away from your story.
On your collector of stories.
So
Story under your story level.
So who's got the wife expecting next week?